Billionaires Compilation 81 till 85. Number 81 we have Ken Langone of Home Depot. Home Depot is one of the biggest home improvement retailer in the US. He invested in Home Depot while it was very small. Like, he invested in it and held it. That's definitely him. He invested it like how Braun Scooter invested in Justin Bieber. He invested in it just like how Birdman invested in LEONE. That's what Ken Langone did, and it paid off big. It really paid off big. Main thing is he held his ownership. He held it. So number 82, Douglas LEONE of Sequoia Capital. Douglas LEONE. He's a long-time managing partner at Sequoia. Sequoia invests early in startups, rise them to IPO, sales, fees. That's how they make money, with fees. Get a lot of money, invest early in startup, ride them, sell them. Easy. Not easy, but that's the method. Number 83 we have Justin Sun of Tron, HTX, BitTorrent token. So Tron, I think is the major one. Let's see. He owns an exchange. Very huge. Very good. Very, very, very good. Collects fees and listing fees. Owns a dominating stablecoin, which is TRX. So stable coins we have encountered right now is Tron and Theta. Theta and Tron. People use it most to exchange with dollars. USDT, okay? USDT, which is a token. Tron is one of the largest networks for USDT. I think it's different from Theta, because Theta is a stable coin. Tron is a network. It's a token. So it's not the same. I don't think it's the same, but I think the way of making money with it, it's similar, in which Tron's reserves is used to make investments and money. That's what I think. And he makes money from that exchange, HTX. But Tron here is written to be a stable coin / token. So yeah, I think Justin Sun makes money from the fees from his exchange HTX and from the reserves of his stable coin Tron. And by the way, as a side note, to know that Justin Sun is the guy who famously bought the most expensive banana. I think it was $1 million. Then he ate it. The most expensive banana. He bought it. Justin Sun. Number 84, we have the infamous Chelsea spender. This guy is a real spender. He's a real spender. And here on some of these people, I didn't even write the net worth, because that could be very misleading. But it's just an estimate or approximation. All net worths here, all net worths are an approximation. They're not the be it all. They're not ironclad. So Todd BOEHLY founded Aldrich. Aldrich is a PE fund, basically. As soon as you mention fund to me, what I think is 2 and 20 fees. That's what I think, fees. So it raises capital, buys businesses, improves the operations, increase cash flow, sell or refinance. Profits are from equity growth, dividends, carried interest, and fees. What I'm thinking is carried interest and management fees. So that's where the money comes from. 2% and 20. 2% management fees, 20% performance fees, carried interest. That is the basic standard of a fund. Number 85, we have Jonathan Gray. Jonathan Gray of Blackstone. He is one of the largest alternative asset managers in the world. Raises massive funds. This is what Blackstone does. Raises funds, buys assets, improves them, sells them. Collects plus minus 2% management fees annually and 20% of profits. Plus minus standardly. Standardly, he may collect around 2% management fees and 20% of the profits annually. And another thing I can say is that if you have massive funds and if one buys real assets of the world, the infrastructure of the world, let's say raises a fund, then buys real estate, massive amounts of real estate in a developing area, massive amounts of real estate, that asset is very unlikely to go down. It's very, very unlikely to go down. Or let's say he buys an asset like 5 grocery chains, 5 retail stores, big retail stores. Those stores are unlikely, very unlikely to go down. And even if they go down, let's go with negative perception or negative result. Even if those companies go down, he personally would have collected that 2% and 20% of profits. Him personally, he would have that in his pocket. He would not be liable financially. Maybe morally, maybe ethically, he would be liable. Maybe people will blame him, maybe. But he would have the money in his pocket. But these people, it rarely happens. It really doesn't happen that often. It really doesn't happen that often because these people specialize in raising capital and buying assets and improving them and making profit. So it's really tilted in their favor. It's very tilted in their favor, especially if they master the number one thing, which is raising massive funds. All of it becomes easier with massive funds. Because as you can think about it, as I think of it right now, I'm a trader, right? I'm a trader. I normally trade. I'm exposing myself here, but I'll watch this and I'll see what I was thinking. So I normally trade very small accounts, very small accounts. So it tends to make me risk a lot, risk a whole lot, and blow accounts. Why? Because if I'm risking less, let's say I make $100, let's say I make $500, that money won't change my life a bit. Now let me speak the truth. I normally trade $10 to $15 in an account. That's what I fund. Now let's say I win, I risk 100%. I make $10 or $20. That is 100% or 200%. That's a whole lot. But on small money, like $10, that's nothing. That's not gonna change my life in any way. Now imagine I raise 100 million dollars, or let me go down even further, 10 million, right? Imagine I raise 10 million, and mind you, these funds raise billions. Let's say I manage to raise 10 million, and I don't make even 100%. I make 1%, right? I make 1%. That is $100,000. I make 1%. That's what I've made. 1% on 10 million. I made $100,000. Now that is life changing for me, who normally trades $10 to $15. With $10 to $15, how long is it gonna take for me to get to $100,000? Let's do the math. Let's do the math. By the way, I'm done with this, but I'm just doing the math. Let's say $10. I make $10, right? Times 2. That's $20, right? Times 2. Let's say times 2 again, that's $40. No, let me do $10 times 100. 10,000. From that $10, I would have to times it by 10,000 to reach that 100,000. So that means that what is 1% of 100? 1%. Now the math is getting heavy. So I would have to make 1,000,000% on that $10. 1,000,000% compared to 1%. Understand the distinction there. Understand it really. I need to understand it really. I need to make 1,000,000% to go from $10 to $100,000. And even if I get to $100,000, that is not rich. That is really not rich. That is nowhere near rich. Let's say rich is $1,000,000, which it isn't. Rich for me, I would consider, let's say $3 million, right? That's what I would consider rich to me. But to get to $1,000,000 with $10 would require 10,000,000%. And on the $10 million account, it would just require 10%. Now, I'm not saying without giving the percentage to investors. I'm just making distinctions here. So I hope you have learned from this. I really hope you have learned from this. Let's just take it from the start, the lessons. Lesson from Ken Langone is find something that has huge exponential risk, exponential reward, and then just hold it. Hold it, buy it, hold it. Invest in it, hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Then sell it at the top. Sell it when you think, hold it. But just hold it. Make sure, even if eternity comes, even if whatever comes, you would just make sure that you would hold it forever. Number 82, just like who? Ken Langone, just like, I think a Scooter Braun, I think a Scooter Braun who invested in Justin Bieber, and Birdman who invested in Lil Wayne. So that's it, the buy and hold. Sequoia Capital, get money. First thing, they didn't write it here. And some of the things are like that. They don't write it they don't write it. They don't write about it. He had to get the capital, right, to invest in those early startups. He had to. How he did it, we don't even know. So this is similar to hold it but you sell it, right? 2% and 20. This is a classic 2% and 20. Here, own a platform, own a token, a stable coin, something that you can have reserves with. Bring in money, bring in revenue, lot of revenue, then earn a percentage of that revenue. Some do it through tokens, some through cryptocurrencies, some through insurance, some through stable businesses, very stable businesses, some through, it's all different types of things. But get the money in, then get a percentage of it. Very conservative, achievable percentage of it. Don't risk a lot. Risk very little with that capital that is not yours. That is here. Justin Sun, Todd BOEHLY, similar thing, very similar. Get big money, billions, then earn from fees. Earn a cut of that money while growing it at a conservative level. Number 85, similar, get billions, get fees from that. That is the end of this one. And I think going on from now on, I will not be repeating the same talking points, but maybe I will. Cool.